Right, here we go. All right, so I said I was going to do some videos on the Helix, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I want to make it. I mean, this thing is so complex, and there's so many different things you can do with it. Probably I'll break this down in. I don't want to call them tutorials because I don't really feel like getting into all like how to do this and how to do that, but more of break it down maybe more to like what I do and what I use it for, and um, and maybe you might get some ideas for yourself, or maybe you might think about getting this. I would definitely recommend it. I mean, this thing is like a guitar player's dream, and actually, it does a lot more than that. You can actually do bass. It sounds great with bass. You got bass amps in here, and you got a bunch of different things. But what was really cool is just the product itself. I mean, it's so convenient and it's so easy to use, and it sounds really good. I mean, it's not like you're really giving much up. I don't really think you're giving up anything, to be honest with you. I mean, I got a Mark V that I use, a Mesa Boogie, and I mean, yeah, I mean, it's great and everything, but it's you got to drag it out to a gig, and it's big, it's heavy. I'm getting older, my back hurts. you know, this is a great option. To use, even if you got a strong back still. Not that my back isn't that strong, but whatever. But the guitar I'm using is a Line 6. It's the JTV-59. Man, I tell you what, this right here is probably my favorite guitar. I use this guitar more than any other guitar right now for a couple reasons. The fact that it's a Variax and the fact that it goes with the Helix, it integrates with it perfectly, and you're able to use a lot of different things on it. I mean, I can use my volume control as a wah pedal or a whammy bar, or I can use it for anything that is MIDI programmable. I can use using controllers and all different types of things, different pickup selectors, different types of pickups, blah blah blah. I can go on forever with this thing. But one of the really cool things about it, what I really like, is the fact that I can change tunings on the fly. I can literally go from an open G tuning to a drop D tuning with the press of a button, and also it has other sounds in it like acoustic guitars and I mean all kinds of stuff. It's just really convenient, fun to use. Okay, so let's get into this Helix, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the editor. So I won't be showing the actual floor model because everything you can do on the floor you can do in this editor or vice versa. So so let's get started. So this is the main interface for the Helix, and right now I got it's set on a J45 right now. So basically, what you have is you have your input, and from your input you can have it like I got it set to multi. That means you can put in a guitar, anything going through the aux, the guitar in, the Variax input, or you can just set it for guitar, aux, Variax. You can use just the Variax magnetic pickups. You can use a mic. It has a mic input on it, and you could use the returns. So you got a lot of different options, but this is your path line. This is your chain signal. And you see, like this particular patch goes into this effects loop, and that is the freak out pedal and the dark matter. Then it goes into a compressor. Then I got a wah. Then I got a distortion. And if you look down to the left here, you'll notice like when I clicked on distortion, I got the Screamer 808 tube screamer, but you got a kinky boost, the Minotaur, Tima, the compulsive drive. You got a bunch of different distortion pedals in there, and that's why I said like I got that dark matter pedal, and it's like, well, do I really need it? No, but it has a certain sound to it that I like. That's just me. But and you can run it in mono or stereo, but you run in front of the amp. You can run that mono, and then you go to your amp, and here you got bunch of different amps. I mean, all the amps you can think of. You can pretty much get any sound out of this thing that you want, really. If you're willing to spend the time, you can do that. And then, I'm going from the amp, and then I'm splitting it right here That's they call it a Y split. It's just taking 50% of the signal and it's sending it straight into this cab, and the other 50% is going straight into this cab. And what you can do is you can separate your delays and your verbs so that your delay isn't getting mixed in with your reverb. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to get into how you can path this thing because it can get really crazy. But you can pretty much, if you can think of it, you probably can come up with a patch to do it. It's pretty incredible. A lot of people, I've seen people doing things on YouTube where they have their in-ear monitors and they got a certain patch set for that. And I mean, there's just so much stuff. So basically, the signal hits the cab. It hits this cab on two separate paths. One is going through here, like if I wanted to use it like a course, and then it comes back up, and then it merges, basically, a mixer, and then it goes out to the delay. Here I'm using a simple delay. Here you can see all the different delays that you have available. Now, if it's grayed out, like here, that means that you have two DSP chips on this. You have like 1A and 1B, or 2A, I'm sorry, 1A and 2A. And you can split them and do whatever you want, but you already got so much processing power on each path. Like this path, I got a lot going here. I got like the two IRs, the amp, reverb delay, and so sometimes you'll start getting low on memory and you'll see it grayed out, which means you can't change it. Like I couldn't go to the multi-6 delay here. Now I could do some things to free up some memory, but I'm not going to get into that. And then it goes into I have like a chamber delay. Then there's different delays. I mean, I don't know. They really sound good. And now here where it gets not really funky, but you got path 2A. This is telling you where it's going. It's going down here, this path 2A. So the signal is going through all these, this Y split here. It's mixing back together, going through your delay, your reverb, coming out the path 2A, coming down here. And now you got a whole new, your memory's all freed up. Because you have two DSP chips on here. So you'll notice that here, there's nothing that's blacked out. I can change to whatever I want because I'm not using that much. I'm using one IR, one amp, and it's not taking up as much memory. But yeah, so you can do like 2 amps, like for example, let me see here. Clean, that's what I got. There you go. Now, you listen to this patch, I mean, that's not the Helix. That is my Variax guitar playing a 12-string. So, I can change it to whatever. I can, like, turn it off. And just have a clean guitar sound. Or I can, have acoustic or whatever I want. And if you look up here, you'll notice that this is Snapshots. You have Snapshots within presets, which is really, really cool. Like I can go from clean to dirt. Or I can use my feet right here. So I can go from a dirt sound to a clean acoustic 12-string. Then you can go right into a dirt sound, and there's no delay going into it. You don't get that hiccup in between a few, like a millisecond when you change patches, because you're not changing presets, you're changing snapshots within a preset. I know I'm confusing people if you don't have this, but it's really simple. It's a lot simpler than I'm making it sound. And and then that's basically what you can do. That's what I use it for. Now, like I said, some people use it for a lot of different things. I love this thing because I can go from a song, for example, like okay, for the example here, Black Hole Sun. Right, so this song has like this funky tuning. Then I can go. So I literally changing amps and I'm changing effects, and there's a lot of stuff going on there, and it's flawless. I mean, it's like I only have to click one button. I don't have to do the pedal board tap dance. Um, it's amazing. And then I can go to a song. Let's say you're in a cover band and you go to this song, which is a funky tuning. You probably have to bring a special guitar, or you have to put it into a set list at a certain spot or whatever. And then you want to go to let's say a drop D, like Everlong. You just click one button, and there you go. You're right into a whole other tuning. And how that's done is, let's see, if you go to the multi and you click on Variax, uh, now on this particular preset, um, I'm using a custom. I mean, it's my own. Basically, what it is a Stratocaster body with P90s, uh, and I changing around the pots. I changed the pots around a little bit. Um, I just play with it until it sounds the way I like it. I mean, and that's how I do it. But they change. Like if I go to Black Hole Sun, for example, and I go over here and I look and see what I got on the Variax. See, now I have it set to snapshot. You'll see it in brackets here. That means I can go from, not only can I change a snapshot to a different sound with different amps and effects, but I can literally change guitars. I can go from that to a Les Paul on the next snapshot, or a Stratocaster, or like if I change it on my guitar here, and if I click it again, it keeps flipping. I wanted you to see how it changes. Well, anyway, this would change, like to different guitars and things like that, and different settings. And then I can change the tuning to whatever I want. I can change the tone, like the Variax, the tone knobs. I can have them do different things. It's crazy. It really is. And yeah, and then you got your impulses. Like over here, I have my presets. Like I got factory 1, 2, and then you got 5 user presets, and then you got your templates, and you can export them, import them, that kind of thing. And then you got your impulses, where I got some impulses over here, and yeah, pretty it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out. I'm gonna be doing some more videos on this. This is just a basic rundown of some of the things you can do with it. But it's great for recording too. Like if you're going to a DAW, it's really simple. And if you do get the Helix, the floor model, you can also buy a thing called the Native. It's a plugin, and it normally goes for $400. But if you get the Helix floor, you can get it for $99, and that is amazing plugin. Great plugin. I use it on everything. Not just guitar, but I use it for on drums, for reverbs, for compressors, and a lot of things you can use it for. It's really really cool. So, all right, that's a little taste of the Helix. I'll be doing more, and I'm also going to be doing some more of the um, comparisons on the guitar. Maybe I might even compare some the Harley Bentons to this guitar, which I don't know if there's a really fair comparison, because this thing has so many different sounds. There's not like one sound, or 3 sounds or 4 sounds. There's a ton of sounds on this guitar. So, but I do have a PRS I can compare them to. A Music Man, a PRS. I have a Stratocaster, a Fender Tele American Special. So, you know, there's a few things I can, a few different types of guitars, American made, that I can compare these Harley Bentons to. And I was really impressed with the Harley Benton. I thought it sounded really good. I ran it through my bigger monitors, and the Gibson sounded a little brighter. The pickups, clearly the pickups are better. But I think that if I took those pickups out of that Les Paul and put it into that Harley Benton, I bet you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. So I'm gonna keep testing them and checking them out. I'm pretty psyched about these Harley Bentons right now. As long as they, they make it to you undamaged, you know, they're not, you know, destroyed. Which Thoman Music really, they really need to, like, they sell a lot of different stuff. It's not just Harley Bentons. I mean, you can buy Gibsons, PRSs, whatever you want to get. But I would never take a chance on spending that kind of money on a guitar and have them ship it to you and hope that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't come damaged. It's crazy. It's just too much money. I mean, I know you can get it insured, this, that, and the other, but look, I'm not going to mention any other names, but there's other places you can go where you don't have to worry about that. So they need to do something with their packaging. I mean, it's something that could be fixed, fairly simple and at a low cost, I would think. But anyway, okay, I'm done yapping and jabbering, and hey, thanks for watching the video, and I'll be coming out with some more. Thank you. Adios. Goodbye. Arrivederci tutti. Bon voyage. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.